Hello everybody, and welcome back to another new and noteworthy mod review. Today we're going to take a look at the John Deere 30 series. But before that, this video is brought to you by Captain Kiwi and Quentin Williams. Thank you for being farm barons. So the John Deere 30 series, it's going to be found over at tiredironmodding.itch.io, and as a result, it is going to be available for PC players only. And I have to say, this mod has got a ton of options. Tired Iron Modding also has a few other kind of classic John Deere mods out there. He has a 40 series, which we're going to be taking a look at in another video, as well as a large frames John Deere tractor mod, which is the 4600 series tractors. We're going to again take a look at that in another video. And then there are some options available for all of these tractors that can be downloaded as separate mods. I will leave a link to that page also down in the description. But as you can see here, we have just a few little bits of sampling of what is available in the 30 series. We've got a 4430 with front loader and dual row crop rear wheels. We have a 4030 with narrow fronts and a wide stance on its rear. Is also an open cab with a roof. Then we have a 4230, which is open cab, kind of just more of a contemporary, old classic tractor that you might see. We have a 4230 that has been equipped with some saddle tanks. We have a 4430 that is set up for a John Deere front loader that is in game. We're going to take a look at that. Then we have the 4030 that is equipped with a cab. And then we have a little blade that you can attach to your 4030 series tractor. Go ahead and take a look at these in the shop. We're going to go to the John Deere 4030, 4230, and 4430 in the mods and DLCs. And here we have two different variants. We have the 40 to 4430 US two-wheel drive cabbed variant, and then we have the two-wheel drive open station variant. Both are $17,721 respectively. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cabbed version and all of the configuration options we have available. This thing starts out in the 4030 series with 80 horsepower. It is a quad range transmission, 246 liters of fuel, 35-kilometer top speed, and a 9.4 ton curb weight. As far as our configuration options, we have design no weights, we have a half weight, full weights, then we have dual flashers. They're going to be here on the back. We have no flashers, or yes, we can add old flashers to that. Under mirrors, we have the factory mirrors, which gives us a mirror in the cab and a little round mirror outside. Or we could go with retro mirrors, which gives us the in-cab mirror, as well as two mirrors that are way out to the sides there. We have front loader attacher. We have none. We have saddle tanks, and that is what we're going to use with the saddle tank option if you want to have those attached. Or we have the 148 front loader. Or we have the JD console, and the JD console is what we're going to use to attach an in-game John Deere front loader. Then we have the 4030 in the quad range. We have the 4230 quad range, which takes the engine horsepower up to 100. We have the 4230 power shift. Then we have the 4430 quad range, which is 125 horsepower, and the 4430 power shift, which is another 125 horsepower. Then we go down here to row crop setup. We have wheel setup row crop with weight, row crop duals, wide stance 2, wide stance with duals. Then back to row crop there. And that is pretty much the 40 to 4430 two-wheel drive US cabbed version. Let's go ahead and take a look at the open station version. There are a few subtle changes to this one. We have, again, design no weights. We have half weights or full weights. We have the 4-post canopy. We have the open cab. Or we could go with a canopy with black posts. Or we could go with a canopy with green posts. Then we have the front loader attacher. None. We have the 148 attacher or the JD console. Then the engine setup, we have the 4030, again, 80 horsepower. 4230, 100 horsepower. The 4430, 125 horsepower. And then we have the choice of row crop tires, row crop with weights, row crop duals, wide stance with weights, wide stance duals. Then we have a narrow front with weights, narrow front duals, narrow front wide with weights, narrow front wide duals, and then back to our row crop. And those are the configuration options on the tractors. Then we have the Leon blade that is available. We have the 770 blade or the snow blade. As far as the blade goes, we have the configuration options of blade width 8 foot, 10 foot, or 12 foot. Then we have sound guard mount or the 50-20 mount. Now, I have been able to mount this with the 50-20 mount. We're going to try the sound guard mount. Then we have no angle, or we could go with a right angle, left angle, as far as the blade goes. Now we have a snow blade. This is going to be specifically designed for moving snow around, where I believe the other blade is really intended for moving silage and such. Again, 8 foot, 10 foot, and 12 foot variants with a sound guard mount or the 50-20 mount. And then we go with left, right, or no angle whatsoever. And the other mod we're going to take a look at is the saddle tanks. That is $12,536, and it is going to add 1,591 liters worth of capacity to your liquid fertilizer. Either that liquid fertilizer on a planter or liquid fertilizer on your sprayer. There are no configuration options on that. So let's go ahead and jump on in this thing and give it a little bit of a listen. We're on the cab. We do have various animated items in the cab. That we do have illuminated gauges. Inside, outside, we have our front lights. We have our rear lights. We have our flashers. Our brake lights. We do not have reverse lights. Let's attach the blade there. You can see how it is attaching. Just fine and dandy. Then we have left mouse button up and down to adjust the angle of the blade. But we do not have the ability to change the blade angle, left and right. So we do have an animated engine fan inside there. All right, let's go check out another one. This one has the John Deere console, and we're going to use the base game 643R front loader. And that is going to match up with the console, just like this. See the hoses hook up. Just like that. I did try the other John Deere console, the 603, I believe. It did not want to connect. So the 643 is what you're going to have to use for this one. As far as our saddle tanks go, you need to, of course, have the saddle tank configuration option. And then the way you're going to hook up to those is you're just going to kind of nonchalantly drive up through them and then connect. And there you go. I think the last one we're going to take a look at here is the Narrows front. With our open cab canopy. And anyone that has never had the luxury of driving a narrow front tractor, you're not going to realize that you're going to have an incredibly awesome steering radius with this thing compared to a traditional tractor. In real life, this thing would be able to spin on a dime as opposed to the wide fronts. And guys, there you go. That is the John Deere 30 series. Again, it is by higherironmodding.itch.io. That's where you're going to find it down in the link in the description below. Let me know what your thoughts are on the 4030, the 4230, and the 4430. And until next time, happy farming.